Hi, welcome back. In this video I will write a program which detects faces in a video, in an MP4 video, and then creates a new video based on the original video but with rectangles added around the faces in the video. Now, to understand this video you should have watched two previous videos. One is where we detected faces in an image. That is the code that we built throughout that video. This is the video in the image processing section. And also in the video processing section we had a video where we extracted frames from a video file. And in this video, in this program, we will combine the code of these two scripts. That's why I've pasted these two scripts in this REPL. So let's start. How do we start this? Well, we want to first read the video. The video we'll be working on is this one in here. It's 3 seconds long. And we will try to detect the face of the person here. So draw a rectangle around this video. Right, so let's start by opening the video. I think this script should be the first one in here. So we import OpenCV and we capture a video file, storing that in the video variable, and we get to the first frame of the video. Here we just have a counter that is equal to 1. We don't need that actually, so just delete the counter. And here we have success, which is equal to true if we were able to get the video read successfully. So while true, we execute this block of code. What we do here is we write an image to an image file. This is not what we're doing this time, so we delete that. What we do this time in each frame is we detect faces. So in this other script in here, we are opening an image, a frame. We construct frames using files, using image files. But this time we have those image objects. So that is an image object, that is an image object. This comes from the video, this comes from an image file. But still, these two are the same types of objects. So what we do is, once we have an object, a frame object, we want to get the faces from that image object. You see, that image object is passed in here. So I'm going to delete that, we don't need that, and get this line face cascade and paste it above the loop, outside the loop, because we want to create a cascade object first. So this is the blueprint that contains how a face, a human face, looks like. So then we get the faces in here, in the while loop. So indent. So the first set of faces for that first frame, right? So we create the first frame here, the very first frame of the video, and we detect faces in that very first frame, right? Then what we do with that? Well, we iterate. So we get that block of code, we paste it here and indent, so tab. You see 4 is under the while loop, and then you have this is indented under the for loop. So for x, y, width and height in faces, we say write a rectangle around the frame, the current frame. In the first iteration of the while loop, this will be the very first frame of the video. We said that already. So we draw a rectangle with these coordinates where the face is found. This is a white rectangle with a width of 4. That's fine. And then what do we do with this frame? We want to write that frame in a new video. For that, we need to first create a new video, an empty video. So let's do that outside the loop. Output as a variable name is equal to cv2.video writer is the class that creates new videos, and OpenCV works well with AVI video formats. So let's write output.avi as the name of the video file, a comma, then you have to give some parameters such as video writer, that one. And this is the codecs of the video. So you have to write it like this. And then outside the parentheses goes the number of frames per second and also the dimensions of the new video you want to have. The dimensions, we can get those using, actually we can use height. Height is equal to frame.shape 0 and width is equal to frame.shape. So we're getting the dimensions of the original video because we want to have the new video using the same width and height. So first width and then height, the resolution of the video. And we have 30 frames per second. So once we have an empty video file, video object, we don't have the file yet, then we want to create a file on disk. So we say under the while loop, outside the for loop, just here actually, outside the for loop. So once we draw rectangles in the current frame, then we want to access the empty output video and use the write method and write the frame, the current frame, to the video. So we detect faces in the frame, we iterate over all the faces because there could be more than one face in the video. We write rectangles around the faces and then we write the frame in the output video. Then what we do is we again get the next frame. So when we execute this, the next frame will be stored in the frame variable and the loop will run again. So this time with the second frame we detect faces with the second frame, we iterate through those faces, we write the second frame in the video which is currently open, and so on. We repeat the process until all the frames have been exhausted. Then outside the while loop you have to unindent, you access output, the video, and you release it to generate the video and store it on disk. So we don't need that code. This is all we need. Let me split this line in here because it's too long, and we are ready to run this. So run. We see that output.avi has been generated, but you have to wait for about 2 minutes or so because video processing takes long. So we have 3 seconds, but we have 90 frames, and REPL is not that fast, so you have to wait a while. So my run button is green again, that means the processing finished. So let me download this output.avi file, because I don't think REPL is able to open AVI files. The way you can open them is by using, I tried the VLC program, worked well. Yeah, so this is a video. It's 3 seconds. You see the rectangle there. For some moments we also see a false positive in here, in the hand of the person, is detected as a face. Perhaps you can fix that by experimenting with these values in here. So you can try that on your own. You can try to do 1.2 and increase and decrease the other value as well. We discussed these values when we detected faces in images, in the image processing section. If you want to visually see the output here, you could add a counter such as count equal to 0, and then you say here count, increase it by 1, and print count. So that way you can see what's going on here. So 1, 2, 3, that's the number of the frames. It started from 1. Sometimes I noticed that this was far slower. This time it was faster, the processing. So 90 frames in total in output.avi file. And that is how you can get the frames of a video, modify them, such as writing rectangles around faces as we did, and then write back the frames in a new video. Thank you for following. I'll talk to you in the next videos. See you.